Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
It is Saw Day. It is Saw X Day. Here we go. Less than 24 hours from now, we're all going to have the chance to check out Saw X. And very much looking forward to it. I will be watching it this weekend. Wondering if you will be watching it this weekend. Who's excited for it? And what do you think? You think it's going to be good or what? Let me get this over here. But yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. It's been a long, long time coming, and it was very cool this past weekend at Creepie Con to be able to see Shawnee Smith there, who is going to be a part of the movie, which is very interesting to me because the original one was like 20 years ago, so she is definitely older looking now. So to try to fill the shoes of her original character, it's not going to work. We're going to notice she's older. So we'll see. And the problem with that is because of when Saw X takes place. It's taken place, like, I've heard between Saw 1 and 2, between Saw 2 and 3. But the bottom line is, if you've seen the Saw movies, you know, like, 1, 2, and 3, they all kind of overlap on their timeline. This is actually, a lot of this movie has to take place before those. It kind of has to be a full prequel, because we apparently are going to learn what has set off John and what has made him want to make people play these games to show how much they value their life. And so that backstory there of him meeting these doctors, hoping to cure his cancer, finding out they're frauds, that is a big part of this story, and so that has to take place before. So this timeline is got to be back in the day, and because of that, we can't have an old Shawnee Smith playing the same character. So we'll see. Either they did some computer enhancing to make her look younger, or she plays a different character. One of the two. But seeing her in person, I wouldn't say she was almost unrecognizable, but she has definitely aged. And as we all have, if any of us look the same from 2003 till now, you tell me what you're drinking or what you're doing, because I want some of that, because we all change. I'll tell you what, from 2015 to now, I had not one gray hair in the beard 8 years ago, and now, like, man, it's taken over. So we all change, and so Shawnee Smith, definitely seeing her this past weekend, you could see that she definitely looks much older. So I'm kind of curious to see exactly what her role is going to be. But anyways, tonight, hopefully everybody's having a wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wonderful day, wherever you are on this ball of dirt floating through outer space here. Hopefully you're having a good one, and we can talk about whatever, but anyways, I just thought we would drop in and kind of look forward and talk about Saw X. And none of us have seen it. I don't think any of us have seen it, but I mean, there's folks that have seen advanced screenings, things like that. I have not, so I can't tell you anything. I can't spoil it for you. All I can do is talk about what has been written, and we'll do a little bit of that. But, like I said, we could talk about whatever. It is the witching hour. It's late at night here. It just hit midnight, and we're hanging out. We're excited. Saw's coming out. I can't wait. And it was cool this past weekend. In fact, a little bit of backstory. I don't want to get too off topic right away, but this weekend I had gone to Creepie Aftermath, and that is now the sister convention to Creepie Con, where Creepie Con is a horror convention. Creepie Aftermath is a horror, but like a pop culture. There's not just horror stuff going there, even though it really, really still felt like a horror convention. Because the majority of it was horror, and the most of the fans were horror fans. But there were actors there that, here's the thing. Like Jenna Elfman was there. Jenna Elfman is a big part of Fear the Walking Dead, but she's also, Dharma and Greg, and then there was Charlie Cox, who maybe he's done horror stuff, but I think most people know him as Daredevil. So, Daredevil, you're not going to lump into a horror convention, but more a pop culture convention. And so there was a lot of different great celebrity guests there. Creepie is always, it's an amazing event. I just love it. This was their third event, and the best so far. And apparently what we have coming to look forward to in February is even better. But it was cool. They had Shawnee Smith there. And I debated. I was really on the fence. Do I get Shawnee Smith on this poster right here? I have my original Saw poster back here, signed by Tobin Bell. But I have another Saw poster that's signed by Shawnee Smith. So I thought, well, it'd be cool to have Shawnee and Tobin on the same poster. And so I kind of went back and forth on that. Do I take this poster and do I get Shawnee Smith on it, or do I just kind of leave it the way it is? Unfortunately, a week or so ago, I found out about an Anthony Hopkins. Not unfortunately, but for my wallet, unfortunately, about a week ago, I heard about an Anthony Hopkins signing. And that was a big chunk of the money I had anticipated spending at Creepie had to get delegated to Anthony Hopkins. That's to me as a grail piece. I have like Anthony Hopkins, Jack Nicholson, and James Gandolfini. Those would be my three guys that I would absolutely do anything to get. And so at first when I heard about Anthony Hopkins, I thought, well, it's probably going to be out of my price range, because there's like a Mark Hamill signing coming up, and that's like it starts at like $500. Anthony Hopkins was only $300. It started at $300. I say only because for a lot of people, that's like, wow, what? You would spend that kind of money on an autograph? If you're a collector, yes, you would, especially if you love Silence of the Lambs and really everything in the Hannibal universe. You would spend that kind of money if you're an autograph collector. So I dropped the cash. I got it. It's ordered. I think the signing takes place like in December, so a couple months from now I should be doing a unboxing video where we take a look at that autograph. So it should be pretty cool. I'm excited. I absolutely love Anthony Hopkins, one of my favorite actors of all time. So some of that money went to that, and so unfortunately for me, getting Shawnee Smith on the same poster as Tobin Bell had to kind of take a back seat for now. Shawnee does conventions, so I'm sure I'll see her again. And when that happens, then I'll try and get her on this poster right here as well. Maybe some other folks. Who knows? We shall see. But with that being said, we will talk about Saw X and what I'm expecting, what I'm thinking, and maybe what some of you all are expecting and looking forward to. And but I think first we'll say hello to those of you hanging out in the chat with me tonight or this morning. Antonis is up. What's up, Antonis? How you doing? Just got back from Horror Nights 3. Nice. Very cool, man. I'm jealous. This is his third time going to Halloween Horror Nights. Very cool. I've not been. I've not been to any haunts this year, but I will be going to Fear Farm this past weekend at Creep IE. I did talk with the people up at Fear Farm. If you live in Southern California, you got to look up Fear Farm in Phelan. It's up near Victorville. Phelan is a small town, Phelan. And there's an amazing haunt up there that's right on par with some of the haunts I went to last year, like back in the New England area, like the Haunted Overload. Fear Farm is an amazing haunt. They're great, great people. They put on such a good show. When you go in, and this is what's kind of cool. I've been to other haunts, and you go in, like, for example, and I'm not knocking it at all, because Haunted Overload is one of the best haunts in the country. I don't question that at all. But the difference is, you go in Haunted Overload, it's one like walkthrough. It's not really a maze, it's a walkthrough. A lot of actors, jump scares, things, but really cool stuff. It's an amazing, amazing place. But when you go to Fear Farm, they had two haunts, two separate walkthroughs, which were, I mean, combined, were probably not, if you combined them, were probably not as big as Haunted Overload. But they also had a haunted hayride. So when you're talking two haunts and a haunted hayride, and this gorgeous area, looked like a ghost town that they had decorated, a little shop, snack bars. It was an amazing experience. It was a little cold, and we weren't prepared for that. But shame on us for not looking at the weather forecast when we went. But Wet Movie 1 froze his butt off and didn't have a sweatshirt or anything. Fortunately, I did, and so it wasn't too bad for me. But it was fun. It was a blast, and I will be going back there again this year. So I'll be doing haunts, but I just haven't done any yet. So hopefully you had a great, great time, Antonis. Wicked Network, what up? Can't wait for Saw X. Have you pre-ordered your Saw X buckets? I have not, Wicked Network. No, and I am very much looking forward to Saw. I cannot wait. I'm on the fence on the Saw X buckets, though. On the Saw buckets, like, I'm not like a popcorn bucket collector. I have things that I love, and the Scream popcorn bucket, I absolutely had to have. I had to have that. This is such a cool looking popcorn bucket. And big ups to Shadow Man for hooking it up. But I don't know. The Saw popcorn buckets look cool, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably get one, but I have not ordered them. Sean 420, what's up? What's up? Spirit Kid's in the house. What up, Spirit Kid? Tech 360, what up? From across the pond. Tech 360, I'm curious. Because there's times I know when movies in different countries get released on different dates. Are you getting Saw X this weekend? Is it coming out this weekend, or do you have to wait, or is it already out? I can't imagine it's already out. But what's the status with Saw X, and are you going to go see it? Let's see. Late night with OGP. It is a very late night. Artie, what up? What up? How you doing? Let's see here. Just for OGP. Yep, we just hanging out, man. We are just hanging out. Been doing a Saw marathon backwards, believe it or not. I started with Saw 5, watched Saw 9 last night, and tonight I will watch Saw 1. Very, very cool. Yeah, I watched Saw X, the original Saw in 4K, and Saw 2 and Saw 3 just on Blu-ray, because I think that's all they had in that box set. But the original Saw in 4K is amazing. It's gorgeous. If you get a copy of that, you will enjoy it if you can get it in 4K. How was Creepie Con? Creepie Con was amazing. So a little bit of backstory on that. I woke up Saturday. I was going to go both days. I woke up Saturday and I felt horrible. I had the worst headache. And I felt nauseous. And it was one of my bad days. And if you've been following along with the channel for a while, you've known, there was a while where I wasn't doing much YouTube because I just wasn't feeling well. I'm dealing with some little health issues and stuff, and so I just woke up Saturday and it was not a good day for me, and so I couldn't get out of bed. So I messaged Nick over there at Creepie and told him, I was like, dude, sorry man, I'm I'll be there tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, it's cool, dude. You know, and so so I got there Sunday morning, and man, I got to go in. Nick's brother Anthony hooked it up. I got to go in before everybody else. It was really cool with the media pass, walking around inside Creepie when it was vendors, it was celebrities, it was the staff, and it was me. And that was pretty cool for like a half hour. And so I got a little bit of video, but here's a problem. The video, it turned out okay. I'm having troubles like with my editing program with this microphone, and that just Mike, I need a new computer. This is the bottom line. I need a new computer, one that everything works together a little bit better. So my voiceovers on areas where I had to actually come home and record some audio, the volume was off, and I am going blind over here a little bit. Not really, really blind, but I do have a prescription somewhere sitting around over here that I have to take and get new glasses because these ones are not cutting it anymore. And so I did not realize, but a bunch of my footage came out very blurry. And Lee Waddell, when I was talking to Lee Waddell, and he's, you know, I have him on there, I made him really small because that footage was completely out of focus. And I couldn't tell, just because even with the glasses, I just couldn't tell. So I put the big picture of Lee Waddell next to him, and then Lee Waddell, the original Ghostface logo above him, and just you got to hear him talking. But so I would have had a lot more footage from the convention. I did have a lot more footage, but it was just out of focus, so you didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Hopefully, my glasses fix that issue for me with the camera, and in the next convention looks a lot better. But it was still a fun video. Sitting there talking with Reggie Bannister, how cool Reggie and Gigi are. Wonderful, wonderful people to give me a few minutes. And I got the coolest autograph from them on that Bloody Bloody Bible Camp picture. And just great people. And then Lee Waddell was so cool, so fun. And it was funny because I always went with Lee Waddell. And then like that day, somebody was like, no, it's Lee Waddell. And I'm like, what? Okay, I guess I'm wrong. And then I was like, I'm going to question that. And so I went home and watched a bunch of videos, and I heard him refer to himself as Lee Waddell. So it's Lee Waddell, definitely, not Lee Waddle. And I think I mentioned that in the video, like I called him Lee Waddle at one point or whatever. But no, it's definitely Lee Waddell. But he was such a great dude, too. Meeting Rose was very cool, but she had this enormous line, so she wasn't really chatty. It was more like kind of let's get it signed and move you on. And she did have a sign on the front of her booth there saying no recording. I have heard one of the homies actually got some footage with her being Mr. Fonzo, but I haven't seen his video yet. But being alone, I didn't have anybody to hold the camera for me, so that was kind of tough for me to try and record and everything. So I was like, nope, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna get my autograph, be respectful, and that's that. But it was a great time. It was an absolute great time. The video's funny. My video's funny. I am a man of my word. And I had told Nick, and I told Nick this in private, in confidential, not like however you say that, in a private chat with Nick. We were talking, and he told me, I won't say when, but he told me at a certain point, because let me back the story up. I was disappointed because Rose McGowan was supposed to be a Days of the Dead, but she canceled. And I was talking to Nick, and I was like, man, so bummed. I bought this poster with Nev's autograph on it so I could get Rose, so I'll have both of them. And Nick said, like, well, you never know. She might show up at another convention. And that's all he said. Something simple like that. He just said, you never know. And I was like, bro, if you get Rose McGowan to show up at Creepie, I will kiss your feet. And he just laughed. The day that he announced it, like right before they went public with it, he sends me a message going, don't worry, I'll wear clean shoes. I was like, what? And I knew immediately what he was talking about. So then once he announced it, I was like, oh man, that's hilarious. So I got to do it. So if you watch the video, you got to stick around to the end. And at the very, very beginning of my Creep IE video that I released Monday, rather than doing a live stream, I put up that video. If you watch the very beginning, he's like, we're not doing that, are we? And I was like, oh no, we're doing it. That's kind of the banter we were talking about, me kissing his feet at that point. So it's a lot of fun. I had a great time making that video, editing that video, and I watched it again myself just to relive the experience of being a Creep IE Aftermath, because it was that much fun. Robert makes a cut. What up, Robert? How you doing, buddy? Man, one of these days I'll actually be at a convention the same day as Robert again. But it hasn't worked out recently. But Robert, hopefully you're doing very, very, very well. Did you get any autos? I did, Sean. That you see that? Oh, you can barely hear me. Let me turn the volume up. Thank you for that. Way up. I just turned the volume up. Hopefully that's better. Look at this. Anthony in the house, and I'm like 10 minutes behind. But Anthony, here he is. If you guys don't know, so Anthony, Anthony, I got home and I was bummed. I was like, you know what? I got a selfie. I took a picture with Nick, but I didn't get a picture with Anthony. But Anthony was too busy hanging out with his new BFF. Mr. Jack Quaid. Anthony was like hanging out with Jack Quaid all day. I was like, man, like how cool is this? Only at conventions do you get a chance, unless you're like, Anthony or Nick, unless you're in the business. For the rest of us, you only get to meet these people and see them and hang out with them at conventions. And so Anthony was spending a lot of time over there, and he was helping out. He was helping Jack with a lot of the people, I think, like taking pictures for him, things like that. But man, what an amazing convention. So much fun. But way up, dude. Hopefully I fix that audio, turning it up. I'm going to scroll down here. Audio's a lot better. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I noticed that my level was turned down a little bit. For different things that I do, I have to adjust my levels, and I had forgotten to turn that back up. So hopefully I didn't blow anybody's eardrums out. But yeah, and accept my apologies, because so the camera that you're seeing me on is the camera that I took to the convention. So I had to get back home, plug it all back in, get it all set up, and so as part of that process and everything, my everything it got all goofy. So my apologies. Paul Medina, what's up? How you doing? Man, yeah, and so I missed out by not being able to be there Saturday. I missed out getting to see Wet Movie 1, getting to see Cinestalker, getting to see Fonzo, getting to see Robert. So many of my homies I just missed out on. The fellow convention goers I missed out on. But still, I mean, Nightmare Toys is there. I love them. They're great people. And I didn't get to talk to Christy this time. The cool thing about Nightmare Toys and Christy and Nightmare Phil, they're just like Nick and Anthony, where they have a business to run, but they're also fans. And so Christy keeps getting up and going and getting autographs and walking around and shopping and doing things. So each time I went by their booth, she was gone. But getting to see my great friends at Morbid Culture, getting to see them and talk to them for a while. If you don't follow Morbid Culture, if you haven't been to a convention that they're at, they make some cool stuff. They made this right here. Let me move this over a little bit. It's like a bottle opener that's shaped like a coffin, and handmade, and Morbid Culture, MORBIDKULTURE. I put the link for them as well as everybody else, all the other links on that Creep IE Aftermath video. So if you want to check their stuff out, they have some really cool stuff that you can buy on their website or at conventions. But got to see them, got to see Anthony, got to see Nick, the folks from Nightmare Toys. And I got to see the folks over from Fear Farm who are just amazing people as well. I got to eat some great tacos. And that was what was so cool about this convention. And what I love with what they're doing is they're thinking outside of the box. Most conventions, you go inside, you have vendors, you have celebrities. That's it. They had taco trucks, they had other food trucks, they had a beer truck. And they have the VIP room where you can go relax. They had 16 millimeter movies playing where, and the cool thing was if you didn't have a VIP and you still went up to watch the movies, it was a place to sit down and relax. And I'm telling you, with the nice air conditioning in there and the cool movies playing, I just loved listening to the projector, the playing in the background was so cool. But you could have fallen asleep in there very easily if you weren't careful. But it was a lot of fun. It was absolutely a lot of fun, and I had a blast. And believe me, knowing Saw X comes out today, I was torn, very, very torn, not getting Shawnee's autograph. Let's see, planning to go 2 more times to Horror Nights this year. Wow, that's very cool. Man, that is a lot, Antonis. That's amazing. Hopefully they're all as much fun as your first 3 trips. Use the word mazes instead of houses. Yeah, no, and a lot of them are. They're mazes instead of houses. You know, truly they're like walkthroughs because like a corn maze, you can get lost out there. A maze, you know, by definition, you can get lost in. Like a walkthrough or a haunted house is something you you're not going to get lost, but you're going to get scared. So that's just cool. No, and most people call them mazes, I think. So are you going to H45? I'm torn, Robert. So here's the thing. So this Friday, I have as in a couple days from now, I have like things going on, but I will be seeing Saw X, and I'm going to go to a 1:00 showing Friday of Saw X. I'm going to try and see Saw X as well today. But I'm also going to go to a 1:00 showing on Friday. And then I have something going on Friday night. And then Saturday, Web Movie 1 may be going on Saturday, but it would be like a little bit later in the day. And I think, well, I don't know if I am allowed to say. I don't want to be putting stuff publicly that I don't know about, but somebody else, another legend, may be going Sunday, and so you know, I wouldn't go with them, but it'd be cool to see them there for sure. But I just don't know. I just don't know. Here's my thing: if Jamie Lee Curtis was going, 100% I'd be there. But as far as I know at this point right now, I don't know that Jamie Lee is going to be there. Sean Clark has been teasing that other people are going to be there. There's going to be more guests. He's been teasing that. More like surprises, he says. So it's possible. But now I did hear a rumor through the rumor mill that maybe Jamie Lee is going to show up and just do like a panel or like a talk or something, but not sign stuff. And I would be so bummed if she was there and I didn't get an autograph. So I just don't know. I do have a really cool collection of Halloween autographs. Would it be cool to get more on there? Yes. But really, the only one I really, really want is Jamie, and I don't know that she's going to be there, so I'm kind of torn. Just because with Creep IE last week, and so many other things coming up this month, and Saw X coming out this weekend, so I got to see that. Now, I'm probably going to watch it a couple times and have a video up, my reaction to Saw X. So I just don't know yet. I just don't know. I don't have a ticket, so if I'm going to go, I'm going to have to suck it up and get whatever's available. And I'm pretty sure if they had VIPs that they were sold out. So I'll be walking in there with the general public. But, yeah, like I said, if Jamie was going to be there, 100%. But I just don't know. I just don't know yet. OGP, who did you end up getting Creepie autographs after all? Did you get merchandise? So, Wicked. So I did. So that tells me a couple of you folks have not watched my video, and I am hurt. I am hurt. I'm taken back here that you would not watch my videos. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding, because I know we all have lives and we're all busy and stuff. But in that video, you'll see, I'm going to tell you, but if you want to see them, well, here's one of them right here. You get to see. Let me just show you this. Look at this. Sweet Lee Waddell Ghostface autograph. The OG Ghostface, Lee Waddell. He was the one, when you watch the first Scream movie, he was the one behind the mask chasing down Drew Barrymore and killing her right before her parents got home. Lee Waddell. One day I would like to get, I'm drawing a blank right now, so forgive me, the guy that does the voice of Ghostface. I'd love to get him on here as well. But I did get this. So there's one sneak preview, and that's, you get to see that because that's back here in the background as it is. And I got to figure out my lighting. You know what the problem is? I got all these Creep IE badges hanging up over here that are, they're blocking out the light so you can't see them. But I collect all my badges that I get from the conventions. But so I got that. I got Rose McGowan. I got Reggie Bannister, and I got an autographed DVD from the guys at Death Toilet, which was hysterical because not only did the two guys sign it, but the toilet signed it as well. So you got to watch the video to see that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But check out the video. It's not that long. It's not that long. And the convention portion of the video is like 17 minutes. And then I think I ramble for about 6 minutes with my pickups. But I also bought some movies from the Severin booth. I cannot... And man, I tell myself every time, I'm not going to buy physical media. I'm not going to buy physical media. And then I walk by Severin and I'm like, they have the coolest artwork. And I'm a sucker for cool artwork. So yeah, I bought 3 movies from Severin. So check out the video and you get to see what I picked up there. Other chat rooms sound fine. I'm confused. I can hardly hear. Yeah, way up, dude. Sorry about that. I think we fixed that. And yeah, that tells you I'm still about 20 minutes behind. I got to get caught up here. I know I rambled. They start from tomorrow. Yeah, for sure going to catch it, but maybe started next week. Right on. Yeah, you got to go see Saw X. Did you hear Hoffman voice in the Saw X trailer? If I did, I didn't know. But so I've got Saw X pulled up right here. And Costas Mandylor is on the credits. He is credited in Saw X. So some way, shape, or form, we are getting Costas Mandylor, who plays Hoffman. So that's very interesting. I'm curious to see the timeline from when, John Kramer is learning that he has cancer and that he's dying. And he's going to try and get this experimental treatment that ends up being bogus. How far into the future after that does this go? And that's what I guess we're going to have to watch and see. But very much looking forward to it. I think I've told you, but Saw 4 is my favorite. That's very interesting. And I know we've talked about it before. I would not remember that, Antonis. But, Saw 4, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one because for me, Saw 1, 2, and 3 are a tie. And if I had to pick one of those, I'd go with Saw 1. But I'm thinking, looking at the trailer here, Saw, and I've seen other people say it, Saw X could be the best in the franchise. It very well has a good chance of being the best out of all 10. It really does. Not a huge Saw fan like you. I would call myself a casual Saw fan. And that's cool. I respect that. Let's see here. Fonzo13 got the best Creep IE video. I'm going to have to take a look at his. Fluffy was telling me that he did get some footage of Rose. And so I'm going to have to take a look at that. But he does. See, and here is where Fonzo has an advantage because he always has Scott with him. And if Scott's getting an autograph, Fonzo's holding a camera. If Fonzo's getting an autograph, Scott holds the camera. I need Fluffy Gamer to get off his butt and come to these conventions with me. But here's the problem. Because Scott really doesn't do his own videos. It's really the videos go to Fonzo's channel. So they kind of work as a team where Wet Movie 1, myself, Cool Duder, Cinestalker, we're all on our own. We're trying to hold a camera and talk to people. And especially when the booth says no video. I'm not, one, going to just disrespect the artist, and two, I'm not going to disrespect, whether it's Nick, whether Anthony, any of the boys behind, folks behind Creepie or any other convention. I don't want to disrespect the folks that are putting on the convention. If somebody has something up there outlining some rules that you have to follow when you're getting their autograph, I want to be respectful. And I'm not saying Fonzo was disrespectful because he got that footage the day before. I don't know if that sign was up there. I don't know if they saw the sign. I don't know what the gist is of it. And so I don't want to say anything about that because Fonzo and Scott are wonderful, wonderful people. They're the nicest, most genuine, kindest people. And so I don't think they would do anything rude or anything to jeopardize, their credibility or anything. So I got to see his video still. I really have to go check it out. Sorry I missed you, Creepie Aftermath. No, Robert, I had told you I was going to be there Saturday and Sunday, but then I was under the weather. I wasn't able to make it Saturday. And I would have seen you. I would have seen Cinestalker. I would have seen P Nasty. I would have seen Cool Duder. I would have seen Wet Movie 1 and others. I know there's so many folks that I missed. Sean and I'm sorry, Scott and Fonzo would have seen. I mean, so many people that I missed out on getting to see. So definitely was bummed out that I wasn't feeling good enough to be there Saturday. You said you will go to Fright Fest this season. Is that still happening? Since there will be a Saw X maze over there. Yeah, Antonis, I just don't know yet. There's so many things going on this year. I don't have a date or a time of going. I don't have anybody to go with at this point to Fright Fest. So still kind of working on that. But it's not even October yet. So we got time. I want to go though. Robert met Linda Blair, Rose McGowan, and Sharni Vincent. Nice. And this is funny. I was talking with Lauren over there, and for those of you who don't know, Lauren is she's friends with Scott and Fonzo. I met her at Creepie Con in February, and she is a huge Saw fan and a huge Hannibal fan, and so we had a lot to talk about. And so I saw her. She was one of the folks that I did get to see and hang out with. So that was really cool because I haven't seen her since February. And she's a really cool person. And so we were talking. And one of the funny things was we're like, man, they had a Shawnee and a Sharni at the same convention. A Shawnee and a Sharni and Shawnee. And so we were like, getting tongue-tied and, like saying like, Sharni Smith or Shawnee Vincent or whatever. So that was kind of funny. Coors Light, decent, nice. No, I'm not drinking. I am drinking. I got my Diet Coke here, and one of these days, the folks over at Diet Coke are gonna have to sponsor the channel because I gotta quit. I gotta quit this stuff. I love it. I'm addicted to it, but it's not good for me. So I need to quit it. So unless Coke comes through one day and sponsors the channel, it's going to go. It's going to fade away into the past. Let's see here. Audio's better. Now it's joke time. Nice. I'm already seeing some key words here and laughing. What's the difference between anal and oral sex? Oral sex makes your day. I'm getting demonetized for this, but I got to read it. That's hysterical. Anal makes your whole week. And yes, a week with an A. Week with an A. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hysterical, Wham, dude. I love it. It's great. And thank you for always coming through, giving us a good laugh. Absolutely love it. I saw the lights went out at Creepie. Rose McGowan was taking pictures in the dark. Yes, and you know what? And I didn't know that until I saw Wet Movie 1's video. And, or I don't know, was it Wet Movies or was it, I think it was Wet Movie 1's video. Either that or Cinestalkers or somebody's video. But I don't know what happened. I was curious what happened there. And, things happen, especially, this is what you got to remember. When folks like Creepie, when they put on a convention, they're renting out a convention hall or two or three like they did They rented out the whole convention center this time, but they don't own or work or maintain the convention center. There's still staff there that are employed by the convention center. They're supposed to handle those things. And so that was a little goofy when the lights went out, and I don't know what happened, but I haven't had a chance to ask. But Anthony, if you're still watching, do you know what happened there? I'm kind of curious. Did somebody, was it on a timer and somebody forgot to turn it on, or what happened? That was interesting. It was crazy. Rose was a little bit late to the convention, and so everybody's standing there waiting, and then she gets there, and then the lights go out. It's like, man, I know Nick and Anthony must have been going, like, pulling their hair out. You're like, serious? Are you serious right now? But it happens. Things happen. But it was cool that she was still taking a picture in the dark. And to me, one of the things that, and I know everybody wants to get good pictures, so you want to have the lights on and all that. And they usually have, like the red curtains behind, so you get really nice pictures and stuff. But Rose was kind of off to the side. And so a lot of the pictures you see, there's other people in the background, there's like the other walls in the background and stuff. I like when you get a picture, with someone and it's kind of like that red curtain in the background or some of their artwork or something. So it would be cool if like the big lights were out and like smaller lights were on to kind of get for that ambiance, but you got to have the lighting for everybody's pictures and stuff. So I get it. Anyways, yeah, it was interesting, but it wasn't out too long, and they got it back going, and they all made the best of it. So yeah, Roger Jackson. Yeah. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Yeah. I need to get Roger Jackson on that as well. And that's huge shout out to Robert C for sending the money for me to get that. It was very, very, very cool of him. Gloom Bloom. What's up, Gloom Bloom? Yeah. Antonis reminded me too, Roger Jackson. I'm horrible with names. I really am. And you know what I've come to find out? They say the stuff that's in Diet Coke really is bad for your memory. So this is probably what's doing it. It's probably the Diet Coke making me forget everybody's names, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? I'm an addict. This is my thing. Some folks are addicted to cigarettes. Some folks are addicted to drugs. Some folks are addicted to porn. I am addicted to Diet Coke. And it's probably killing me, but what are you going to do? That green really pops. Great color. I know, right? And so when I came up with this, Lee was like, he goes, hey, I think these look great with the green. So I was like, cool. Yeah, whatever you think. That's great. And to me, I love when I go up to a celebrity and they're like, oh, what color do you want? Because, they're actually taking the time to think about this stuff. Some folks, you go up and they're just like, boom, this is the pen I have in my hand. This is what I'm signing with. And I'm not mad or anything. I'm not mad at all. Move those out of the way so you can see Lee's signature a little better. But that's what Rose was like. Everything was silver. And I think I would have liked it either in white or black. It would have popped a little better. But it's okay. It's okay. Beggars can't be choosers. I have a picture up here with Rose McGowan and Nev Campbell. Both of them signed it. I'm in seventh heaven. That's good enough for me. I have Lee and Roger's autograph on my Ghostface neck. Nice. Okay, see, Robert, that's what I need. I need both of them. That's cool. I would love to see a picture of yours someday, Robert. That's cool. Sean watched the video because he's a legend. Right on. The Ghostface voice is one of the most iconic voices in horror history. No, 100%. And so last night, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. Links are down below. But I was going through the room, putting, I keep all my movies in alphabetical order. So I was going through, putting the new stuff away. And I put up some pictures because I was hanging up my autographs as well. So I put up some pictures of my Halloween collection of autographs and my Scream collection. It was like, oh, what do you guys think is better? Because I'm kind of torn because one side you have Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter. Enough said. The other side, you have Rose McGowan, Nev Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, Jamie Kennedy. Like, so I'm torn. I don't know that I'd be able to pick if I had to pick one. But I was thinking about that last night. Like, yes, Roger Jackson's voice is probably the most recognizable voice in horror movie history. And I know there's some others, but his voice, when you think that phone, you answer that phone and you hear his voice, you know it immediately. But on the flip side of it, Halloween has the most, in my opinion, iconic theme song in horror movie history. There is nothing that hits like the Halloween theme song. And it's funny because even when I have the Halloween theme song, like in my music app, you know, that I listen to, and I'm not going to get into which app I use and all that, but it's on there. And so it'll be randomly playing different music. And like, I like when I'm getting ready, you know, to head out the door, getting dressed for the day or whatever, taking a shower, I like to put music on and I just all my entire life, my dad was really into music, and my dad was a DJ, believe it or not. He used to DJ back in the 70s and 80s. He was a DJ. He would go, people would hire him, he'd DJ their parties, weddings, things like that. And so I just grew up around music. I just always have music playing. And so every once in a while, boom, the Halloween theme comes on. So Scream has the voice, Halloween has the theme. I need to buy Insidious the Red Door on physical media. It came out on Tuesday. Yes. And so did you see Fluffy and I did a review on that? Fluffy won a copy from gosh, forgive me because I'm forgetting his name. But a YouTuber who lives down in San Diego, Fluffy won a copy, and so he brought it up here, and we got to watch it the other day, and it was good. I enjoyed it, but I don't want to dive too far into Insidious: The Red Door right now because we need to get back talking about Saw, but we got a lot to talk about, and that's okay. We talk about whatever. Carlito's Way came out in 4K this past Tuesday. Yes, man, there was a lot, and I missed Monday because here's the thing. I went to the convention Sunday. I got the video up early Monday morning. And had I done a live stream, the way YouTube works, it would just, it kind of, forgive my language, it kind of cock blocks the other videos. When you release a new video, it blocks, like people don't get the notifications or won't see that you had the other video. And so I did not want to do another video. I wanted to leave that convention video up and not kind of cock block it. So I didn't do a live stream Monday because of that. And because of that, we didn't get to talk about what was coming out in physical media this week. And we knew Saw was coming out. Everybody knows Saw is coming out. That's the biggie of the week. But that for that reason, we didn't talk about the physical media this week. Fun fact, Costas Mandylor is Greek like me from Australia. Oh, he's Greek and from Australia. That's interesting. Yeah, you know what? The cool thing about Costas Mandylor, there are guys out in the Las Vegas area, the Mahal brothers, and they have their, they make movies, the Mahal Empire. And Costas has been in a few of their movies, and the Mahal brothers are great guys. And everything I've heard about Costas Mandylor on set is that he is a wonderful person, in person, to meet and stuff. So I would love to see Costas at a convention one day. Hopefully he goes, or I'd love to be on a movie set with him one day. Either way, I'd love both of those experiences. Who do you think is the best story arc in the Saw franchise? Who do you think has the best story arc? I mean, to me, there's only one arc that I really care about, and that's John Kramer's, because everybody else is secondary, and they are there because of John Kramer. The Hoffman character, he's okay. I don't like him nearly as much as I liked the original John Kramer. Costas, with Hoffman being a bit of a copycat killer. That was cool. I like the movies. I'm not knocking the movies at all. I like all the movies, but I like the original three better than I like the ones with Hoffman. I saw Brendan on Saturday. Nice. Very cool. Fluffy doesn't like horror movies. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Fluff? You're gonna have to suck it and unsubscribe if you don't like horror movies. Mr. Bones in the house. What up? What does Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common? Ooh, that's messed up. that's 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 messed up. Wicked Network. That's it. For Twizzy. For Twizzy. Oh, is it? Oh, I know. We were talking about. I saw Sean's comment. I saw Sean 420's comment. Gotcha. You guys talking about Puff Puff Pass over there. I've always wanted to know how Rose McGowan's death was pulled off in Scream '96. Yeah, and here's the thing. And I know, Antonis, in the past you've asked me, hey, when you see this celebrity or whatever, can you ask about this or that? Boy, there was no real talking to Rose at all. I did when I got up there. There's I don't know if handler is the right term, but you see this person that I refer to as a handler who you're the one you pay them the money and then they slide you over and then you meet the celebrity. And so when I did that, I put down my picture that I got signed that already had Nev on it. And so I mentioned to Rose, I was like, yeah, rather than like a big screen poster, I have the picture with the three guys, and then I have the separate one with Henry Winkler on it, and then I have now the two ladies. And when I mentioned the guys, Rose did say, she was like, oh, I was just with them because I think they were at another convention or another event in Utah a few days before. So she said that. She's like, oh, yeah, I just saw the guys, a few days ago. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're all great people. Jamie is hysterical, Jamie Kennedy. Matthew Lillard, there's nobody nicer in the business. He just comes out and is so friendly with everybody. Skeet is just one of the coolest people. He's like, when you meet him, you're like, this guy's cool. Like if you were going to have somebody, play James Dean in a movie, or you think of like the coolest if you were going to make a modern Happy Days and you needed a new Fonzie, like Skeet could play that. Could definitely play that role. But and Nev, when I was there and saw Nev, I was kind of like standing there with Master Chaos when Master Chaos got his autograph from Nev at Monsterpalooza, but I didn't get Nev at that time. I just I didn't want to stand in the line, and they kept capping the line. So every time I went by and kind of thought about maybe standing her line, it was capped. So I didn't get it, but I the way Monsterpalooza was set up, you walked by and you just saw her, at her booth right there. And I saw Master Chaos getting close, so I kind of like hung with him until he got close, and I heard what he was asking. And that is where we kind of found out that Nev was not going to be in Scream 6, and we were all like, what? But they're all just the nicest people. They really, really are. Let's see here. Rose and Charm was super hot. Yeah, no, Rose definitely has that Hollywood look. She really, really does. I agree the Halloween theme song is the most famous. Yep, definitely. Favorite horror theme song is The Exorcist. Okay, well, a good song there too. Look at this. There he is, Robert C. What up, Robert? Robert is the reason. We were just talking about this, but yep, Robert is the reason. The Lee Waddell is on this right here. Remember, I was like, I'm going to do it. And we debated. I was like, do I open this? Do I play with the NECA? Do I take it out? Do I enjoy it? Do I move them around, all that? Do I stand them up back here? Do I leave them in the package? And I think I made the right choice. This looks great. And yes, we'll get Roger Jackson up here one day, and it'll be perfect. So we're leaving that right back there. Right there. But what's up, Robert? How you doing? There's a few awesome horror films that's coming out. Yes, no, there are. Man, we are, whether we realize it or not, and sometimes we don't realize. Where did I hear this? Something about you don't realize you're living in the good old days until, like, some point down in the future. But we are living in a pretty good age in horror movies. I don't know what Netflix is doing, because Netflix, man, I try to watch their movies, and this cookie cutter formula that they have for movies, I just can't get into Netflix horror movies. Every once in a while, Netflix puts out something good, but Netflix, they're doing their own thing. But between movies like The Black Phone and the Saw franchise, Scream. I mean, there's just so many right now that have been good. And even, I mean, hey, The Nun too. I enjoyed it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. So there are some good horror movies coming out. This is a good time for horror movies. Let's see. How about them cowgirl? Oh man, that's messed up. That's messed up. They're 2-1. They're all right. They're all right. Fluffy is guilty. I know he is. Fluffy does like them turtles. Pats and Cowgirls this Sunday. Let's go Pats. That's right. Let's go. Let's go Pats. We got to do it. We got to do it. Next week in San Antonio, Big City Con. Rose McGowan is going to be there. Nice. Very cool. Man, I didn't know that there was any conventions in San Antonio. I know Houston has some in Dallas. I didn't know. I mean, San Antonio is a big city. So as they should have conventions. Saw your video looked great. Well, thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Let's see here. The only auto I have is from Robert England. Oh, man. Yeah, I'd love to get me a Robert England autograph. Did you see my last question? Antonis, let's see. How did you fall in love with the Saw franchise? Was that the question, Antonis? If that is it, I missed it. I apologize. Sometimes this thing jumps around a little bit, but I missed that. But falling in love with the Saw franchise. So when Saw came out, that was a time in my life that I wasn't really watching movies. I just really wasn't watching movies at all. And some point down the road, like Fluffy was telling me about the Saw movies, or I knew Fluff enjoyed them. And so at some point I was like, you know what? A few years ago, there were a bunch of franchises that I had never seen. And I was like, I need to start catching up on some of these movies I'd never seen. And after watching the first Saw movie, I fell in love. And I don't know how many were out yet. Maybe 6 Saw movies were out at the time when I started watching the franchise, or 5 or something. But I watched the first one. I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. I like this. I'm digging it. I love movies. See, I'm all about the gore and the stuff that makes people cringe. And ghosts, believe it or not, we don't really have to worry about ghosts in our everyday life. We don't have to worry about Godzilla. We don't have to worry about Jaws. We don't have to worry about leprechauns. We do have to worry about people stalking you, calling you on the phone, and then stabbing you in your house. We do have to worry about a madman drugging you and then putting you in a trap. The fact that this could really happen is what makes it so intriguing to me. And the fact that it's so messed up. And man, the idea that somebody would have to dig a key out from behind their eye. You have to go, I'd be dead. There's no way I could do it. There's no way I could do it. But once I saw the traps, I was like, oh, this is for me. This is it. And after watching the rest of them, Saw is definitely up there. If I had to, so here's the thing. When it comes to like picking franchise favorites, I have a hard time picking a favorite anything aside from soda. That's Diet Coke. Clear, obvious choice. But picking a favorite movie franchise is tough for me because I do love the Halloween franchise. I do love the Saw franchise. And now when it comes to movies like standalones like The Shining, and I know we have Dr. Sleep, but I don't like to look at Dr. Sleep as a sequel to The Shining. It frustrates me. As a standalone movie, the Dr. Sleep is fine. But as a sequel to The Shining, sorry, that is not Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick movies have a certain vibe to them. Everything is done for a reason. Everything that happens in a Stanley Kubrick movie happened for a reason. And it was not cancel culture reasons. It was not politically correct reasons. It was not any other reason for things that we would look for in modern times. Dr. Sleep definitely, when somebody brought the script to the studio has their people that run it through these editors and stuff. And some of the things they look for are, is this going to get hate from the extreme cancel culture people? Is there politically correct issues? Yes. And the fact that you turned this movie, you took The Shining, which was about a guy and his wife and their little kid. And then you made the sequel about a teenager. Why? To target a younger audience. That's why they did it. They targeted that younger audience. That wasn't the target audience of The Shining. I don't think The Shining had a target audience. The target audience of The Shining was people that love horror mystery movies. And it was great. There were things that in that movie in Dr. Sleep where I was like, they did this so they didn't get the hate from the cancel culture people. But that aside, I still thought it was a fun movie. But as a follow-up to The Shining, I didn't care for it. So anyways, it's hard to say. The Shining being one of my two favorite movies of all time. The Shining, Silence of the Lambs. Two favorites right there. But The Shining doesn't really have a franchise. It's a standalone. So picking a favorite franchise, Saw, Halloween, Friday the 13th. I think out of all those, my favorite, if I'm going to pick one franchise, it's going to be Hannibal Lecter. Anything Hannibal Lecter in it. Even Hannibal Rising. I enjoyed it because of the story. Like learning what turned young Hannibal into the man that he became. Wasn't the best movie ever, but it was still entertaining to me. So I would just say it's probably my second or third favorite franchise right now. And we could talk tomorrow. Like after, here's the thing. After I see Saw X, I might go, now Saw is my favorite franchise of all time. I might be able to say that. We'll see, because the trailer looks so good. It really looks so good. Robert C. How was Saw X? I have not seen it yet. It comes out today. So, you know, movies that advertise that they come out Friday, the 29th, they'll always be released late Thursday. So I don't think there are any matinees. I think the first showing is like 6 o'clock. So, and which would be like 9 o'clock back east and everything. So I think it's going to come out in the evening. I don't think there's going to be any matinees. If there's a matinee, I'd go. I would go to the first showing that I could see. So I haven't seen it yet. We will talk about it. I'll definitely have a review. After seeing it, I will put up a review of Saw, and I will make it like I do. If you don't watch my movie reviews because you're concerned about spoilers, when I go in, I don't spoil the movies until like maybe a certain point, but I will warn you. I'm like, okay, we're going to talk spoilers, but I talk about my rating for it. I talk about my thoughts on it, my immediate reaction to it. And then I'll be like, okay, get ready, because I'm going to go into spoilers, and then you can exit out of the video. I give you plenty of time and plenty of warning. So if you want to watch the videos, but you're concerned about spoilers, you can watch, and I will not spoil that movie for you. After I watch Saw X, I will be putting up a review this weekend. You actually think there are people that trap others? In real life, no. I mean, well, so here's the cartel down in Mexico. We know, and Antonis, I know how you feel about this. So please, let's not go down that road. I know how you feel about this. Just use an example. The cartel, they do bad things to bad people. They hurt people very, very viciously. Very evil people. And Cinestalker talks about some of the ways that people were killed in some of his videos on his channel. They're very interesting. I love listening to Cinestalker dive into some of that stuff. But as far as like putting them in traps and making them get themselves out, I don't really think that's a thing. But people get kidnapped. People get murdered and stuff like that happens. So the idea that it's plausible is what makes it interesting to me. Not a big Halloween fan like most horror fans to me. It's overloved. So here's the thing. With the Halloween movies, there are a lot of people that like are just burnt out on that franchise. When you go back to the original Halloween movie, and I remember telling Fluff, and Fluff would call me out on this, I know. Like back in the day, I watching it for the first time in forever, I was like, okay, kind of boring. But you have to be in the right frame of mind to watch a horror movie, for any horror movie. The Halloween movies, when you look at who and what Michael Myers is, and when you learn eventually that, okay, Michael Myers, for whatever reason, has some supernatural abilities or powers or whatever, just can't kill the guy. When you look at that and go, okay, that's what this guy is, you understand his MO. The movies become kind of fun. And going back, Halloween 2 was great. Halloween 3, I look at that just like I look at Dr. Sleep. Halloween 3, it's a separate movie. Why it's in that franchise, I don't know. But Halloween 4 and 5 gets a little rough. But Halloween 4 is fun. And you know, you got to love young Danielle Harris. And I enjoy Rob Zombie's first Halloween movie. And now, when we got Halloween 2018, I thought it was okay. Had some issues, but it was fun. Halloween Kills had some cool moments. Halloween Ends, what the hell was that? So Halloween has been so hit or miss that I think it burns a lot of people out on that franchise. Yeah, it was cool. I got 2 autos. He signed my VHS and photo for $10. I know, back in the day, you could get autographs really cheap, man. And if I could get Robert Englund for $10, I'd be loving life. What's your take on Final Destination franchise? So I absolutely am not a fan of the Final Destination movies. The first one is okay. And so it's okay. The first one is okay. And then, so I tried watching the second one and I just hated it. So I was asking people, I was like, okay, well, you know, does it get any better? What's the deal with these movies? And everybody's like, just watch the last one. Watch 5 or whatever it is, right? So I watched 5 and it was the effects are so bad. And I remember when I watched it, I posted pictures. You see, they're like, I mean, the horrible, most worst effects when that bus is falling off the bridge and everything. So stupid. The effects are so bad, so cartoon, horrible looking. I just don't care. The first Final Destination I thought was unique. I enjoyed it. The twist at the very end of the last movie, I'm not going to say it in case anybody hasn't seen it, but the twist at the very end of the last movie was kind of cool. Kind of unexpected, kind of cool, in the airplane. But I liked the first one a little bit. It was okay, but the rest of them, I don't care for. I just don't care for them. Let's see here. Are you going to see Saw X with Fluff? No, Antonis, unfortunately, no. Fluffy's just busy. He's just busy. We're not going to be able to make the time, unfortunately. I'd love to see it with Fluff. I'd love to, but I'm not going to be able to. Okay, I thought you saw a fan viewing. No, did not get to see Saw in advance. I had an opportunity. I did have an opportunity, but I had another obligation, and I wasn't able to go see an early screening. Yes, 1992 at the Autorama. Nice, man. 1992. Yeah, I was not thinking about autographs back then. Halloween 5 is so bad. It has some issues. It definitely has some issues. Yes. Halloween Resurrection. Yeah, no. Once you get past 4, they all kind of start to fall apart. But there's some good moments in them and stuff. But Resurrection, H2O, those I'm not a big fan of, but I liked 1 and 2 and 4 enough. And frankly, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Rob Zombie's Halloween enough that I like the franchise. I really, really do. I love Final Destination 3 the most out of the franchise. I love that roller coaster opening. Final Destination 3, I like it. Okay, well, maybe I'll have to check out 3. And so Final Destination, that's one of those franchises. I remember seeing the original one in theaters, but the rest of them I'd never seen until recently. And that's, it was, I don't know, a few months or a year ago, whenever I was watching them. Final Destination, Paranormal Activity, which Paranormal Activity 1, 2, and 3 were great. The rest after 3, Paranormal Activity goes in the toilet. But Paranormal Activity 1, 2, and 3, fun movies. Watched those around the same time as I was watching the Final Destination movies, and just wasn't just could not get into the Final Destination movies. The it's like everything was too staged. We knew what was going to happen. Once I know, oh, this person's going to die because of this, then and when the effects are bad and cheesy, it gets tough for me. So that's where I am with that. But now that we're an hour and 11 minutes in, and anybody watching this just to hear my thoughts on Saw X is probably clicked off. But let's look at Saw X. So the description here on IMDb says that it's a horror, a mystery, and a thriller. And recently, speaking of that, somebody was telling me, so that movie, A Haunting in Venice, somebody commented on the video, like, I don't know why horror movie fans would go see A Haunting in Venice. When you look at the description and it says it's a horror movie, you go. If you haven't seen some of that director's other works, or a lot of them, then maybe you don't understand what you're getting yourself into. But I love looking at what it's described as, and then kind of going like, okay, was this a horror? Was this a mystery? Was this a thriller? And Saw, we know that franchise definitely is all three of those. But it says, a sick and desperate John travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure in hopes of a miracle cure for his cancer, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. And we know when we're sick and we know we're going to die, we'll do anything. And I have a close friend who was, stage 4 cancer. I mean, we thought it was a matter of time, not a matter of if. And she got involved with some experimental treatments, which were, even crazy to think about what she went through. And the stuff that she went through, she is probably like one of the toughest people I've ever met in my life dealing with what she dealt with. But this is like 10 years ago. And that experimental treatment that she went through, it saved her life. And so people will do what they have to do to save their life, because once you're gone, you're gone. There's no coming back. So we know we'll do what we got to do to try and save our life. So you can really understand why John Kramer would have heard, I could go down to Mexico, get this experimental treatment, and they could fix me up. I could come back and live my life. You understand why he would do that. So it's totally plausible. And to say and talk about that is not, I don't think that spoils a movie in any way, because they clearly show that in the trailer. So just the idea that this movie is going to be from Jigsaw, from Saw, from John Kramer's perspective, as opposed to being from the perspective of the victims. This is the first time in this franchise that they've done that, because typically it's been the victims trying to get out of it. And every once in a while you get the voice of Saw coming in, talking to them, telling them, what does Saw tell him? He says something along the lines of,
you don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose.
So you hear stuff like that, and then you're experiencing it from the victims' perspectives. Now, in this movie, we're watching it from John Kramer's perspective. So it's a different style, a different type of movie. And I'm so excited about that. Now, so obviously, because of copyrights and stuff, I can't play the trailer. I know there's some channels out there that play movie trailers and stuff, and I can't get into that because I don't want to risk losing the channel. But looking at the cast, so obviously we have Tobin Bell back as John Kramer, Jigsaw. Shawnee Smith is back as Amanda. Then we have somebody, I don't even know, maybe Sinove? Lund, Makoti Lund, Stephen Brand, a whole bunch of people that I don't really know. But then, yes, Costas Mandalore's back. Let's see here. And I think those are really all the names that I really recognize. Would be really Costas Mandalore, Shawnee Smith, and Tobin Bell. But if we go back and look at their pictures, there's like Michael Beach looks familiar. Oops, stinking website. And a couple of the other actors look like familiar, like I've seen them places, but I just don't know where. But you give me a movie and you tell me Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith are in it, I'm sold. And I just hope, so, you know, like I said, the Hoffman movies, I like the original three better than when Hoffman really comes onto the scene, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I have nothing against Costas Mandalore or the character Hoffman. I just prefer the original movie. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Let's see. What's the greatest Saw movie? It says here, nearly 20 years ago, Saw kicked off a franchise that has spawned 10 films so far. See how IMDb users rank the film. So here we go. We'll look at the rankings. People have decided that the original Saw is the best. Saw 2 is their second favorite. Saw 3. Then Saw 6. So 4 and 5 got passed over. So it goes 1, 2, 3 in that order. And that's my favorites. That's the way I rank them. And then Saw 6. That's interesting. That's interesting. And I might kind of agree with this. I might, you know what? And then 4, and then 5, and then Jigsaw, then Saw 3D, and then Spiral. Spiral gets hate. I don't hate Spiral as much as everybody else. People watched. I think people didn't like Spiral because they wanted Jigsaw, and it said clearly on it, like from the Book of Saw, or like, you know, it's supposed to be in that universe. It's not supposed to be. It's clearly supposed to be a copycat killer. But Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock, you put them together in a movie, sign me up. I'm going to watch that, and I enjoyed it. So, did I see that, Fluff? Did we see that together? Who did I see that with? I don't remember who we saw it with, or who I saw it with. So, storyline. So, here's a little more details on it. Says John Kramer, Tobin Bell is back. The most chilling installment of the Saw franchise yet explores the untold chapter of Jigsaw's most personal game, set between the events of Saw 1 and 2. So it's between 1 and 2, it says. A sick and desperate John travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure in hopes of a miracle cure for his cancer, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. Armed with a newfound purpose, John returns to his work, turning the tables on the con artist in his signature visceral way through a series of ingenious and terrifying traps. I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait. This is going to be good. I hope to watch this today. We shall see. We shall see. But either way, if I don't, I will be watching it at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So let's see here. I'm trying to get caught up on some of the comments now that I threw all that stuff out there. Jason Momoa is an overrated actor. Here's the thing. I don't think I've ever seen anything Jason Momoa is in. Honestly, I don't think I've seen one of his movies. Amazing Jay went down to Mexico for Prince Dream, right? Exactly, Fluff. And it did. It gave him, it extended his life, that's for sure. But, you know, the thing with cancer is once you get it, for most people, it's not if, it's when it's coming back. And it came back with a vengeance and it got him. So that's kind of a bummer. Let's see. You never mess with John Kramer. Now he's going to make sure all these liars are killed in their traps. Yep, 100%. You can't mess with John Kramer. That is true. Love that eye vacuum trap. Can't wait for that one. Yes, 100%. Wonder if Dr. Gordon will make an appearance. I think we're going to have to wait and see. And yes, Tobin Bell was in Goodfellas. I know, right? I love when I get into movies, like older movies that I had never seen before, and then I see the cast members, and I'm like, this person was there, that person was there. Yeah, seeing Tobin Bell in Goodfellas was very cool. Did Tobin Bell make an appearance in The Sopranos as well? I'm trying to remember if he appeared. Where else did he appear that he surprised me? Let's see. Oh, The Firm. Where else? There was somewhere else that I saw Tobin Bell that I was like, what? Let me get back here. So, yeah. I don't remember where else I saw him. I'm looking. I'm kind of scrolling through, looking at his resume, and I don't see it. Yeah. I don't know. He was in something else that I saw that I was like, no way. Oh, yeah, no, he was in The Sopranos. Yep. He was just in one episode, but yeah, he was in The Sopranos. And that's right. He was Major Zwingli when Tony and Carm were taking AJ to that military school. Tobin Bell played the major that kind of like ran the school. And then, surprise, surprise, he was in Saw. Did you know Tobin Bell was in Saw and Saw 2 and Saw 3? But yeah, I love seeing actors in different movies that I don't expect them to be in. Don't slap Chris. No, you do not slap Chris Rock. You do not. You do not. They should make a movie where now Chris Rock comes and starts killing people because he got slapped. Tobin Bell was in Line of Fire with Clint Eastwood. Oh, nice. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen that movie. But man, Clint Eastwood, love me some Clint Eastwood. That's for sure. I'm not going to ever claim that I've seen them all, but I do love Clint Eastwood movies. Yes. So yeah, going to go see Saw this weekend. Cannot wait. There's something else going on this weekend too that I don't know that I'm really at liberty to talk about right now. So I should have 2 videos coming out this weekend. Should have 2 videos from 2 different things that are coming up over the weekend that I should be checking out. So looking forward to that. Maybe surprise, surprise, you may see me. I didn't get to see Wet Movie 1 last weekend, but might be hanging out with the Wet One this weekend. Just might happen. Just might happen. You have to wait and see. Check out the videos. But yeah, man, Saw. I love it. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. And now my box set is obsolete. At least the prop is badass. And the second prop, I got 2 of these now. At least these are badass. And no, I'm not. I love Saw too much. I'm not giving these away. I do have 2 of them. But this one was the one that was broken. And yeah, you can't really even tell. But I had to super glue it back together. But yeah, there it is. Remember we stuck Super Mario Brothers in there like a while back. Super Mario's head was stuck in there. But yeah, such a cool thing. And that's that box that I have. I thought about taking that and having Shawnee Smith sign that too. I might do that as well. Whenever I see her again at another convention, I might do that as well. Put this thing back so I don't drop it and break it again. Oh yeah, and here you go. From Midsummer Scream, me looking like a dork. Web Movie 1's picture looked cool because he actually posed. And so because of that, it made me think when I was with the Death Toilet guys this past weekend, I actually like posed when I was sitting on their toilet. And I don't know, maybe I can pull up that picture. Let me see if I can pull up the picture of me with the Death Toilet guys. I think I have it saved. So if I can show you that. Sean 420, take it easy. I know, man, it's like 4:30 in the morning back there, Sean. Go get some sleep. Let's see here. So let's see if I can find my picture with the Death Toilet guys. Oh no, I put it in this folder over here. Hang on a second. So yeah, I learned my lesson. After I sat there, looked like a dork, and then Wet Movie 1 did like a cool pose when he got that Saw picture. I learned my lesson. So now each time if I'm in a situation when I'm taking a picture, I gotta pose. I gotta rise up to the occasion. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get this. Present. Let's see. A window. I think it's this one, right? No, this one here. Can I share that? Yeah. Here it is. There I am with the Death Toilet folks. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger here. Oh, yeah, look at that. So there I am. They're like, oh, yeah, I went to take the picture with them, and they're like, no, you got to sit on the toilet. You got to sit. And this was at Creepie Aftermath. Look at him. His outfit is hysterical, and that, of course, is from the movie, from their Death Toilet 5, Invasion of the Potty Snatchers. And his weapon, too, is great. But, yeah, look at this. We buy haunted toilets. Hilarious. I love it. And there's another one over here about, like, a missing person. Look at Mayor Dump. It should be Major Dump, but it is what it is. Mayor Dump. It's hilarious. But, you know, I mean, the mayor, you're going to call the mayor, not Major. But, like, if it was, like, a military person, it'd be Major. It'd be funny. But, yeah, so I had to pose. I like, so am I, the question is, do you think, by the look on my face, if you've seen the Death Toilet movies, you know, people sit on the toilets and the toilet slices their nuts off. So am I getting my nuts sliced off or am I taking a mean dump right here? What am I doing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right there. But look at my socks. I have my socks were cool. They're like a haunted, like a spooky character on my socks. But yeah, man, sitting on the death toilet there. But they were great dudes, absolutely great dudes. We're gonna do a panel show with them. No, in the toilet, right down in here, right down in the crotch region, the toilet actually, yeah, held the pen and signed the autograph. It was very cool. But yeah, the autograph from the toilet was the best one. Yep, 100%. Yeah. So, anyways, a lot of fun. Are the Death Toilet movies any good? Antonis, so you have to understand with the Death Toilet movies, they made them. If you watch my video from Creepie Aftermath, they explain what's going on with the Death Toilet movies. They're not on the level of Scream or Halloween or Saw, anything like that. They're indie movies. They're made cheap and they're made quick. So you have to keep that in mind. We watched the first Death Toilet movie on the Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. And on the Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel, our ranking, it came in a very, very close second place to one of Tony of the Dead's movies. I forget which one it was. But Death Toilet was the only movie that everybody agreed. Mel and I did not agree on this, but the others did, that we could not subject each other to any more Death Toilet movies, which was messed up. That's the only franchise that got banned from Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. So that tells you something. But I have not seen Death Toilet 3, 4, or 5 yet. And I need to watch them. We're going to be doing a panel show with Mel, myself. Master Chaos has agreed to jump on the panel show as well. So we're going to do a Death Toilet show, talking to them and stuff. It should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure when that is going to be, but yeah, they're not the greatest movies ever, but hopefully you watch them and laugh at them. You can see all the Death Toilet movies. I believe all of them, if not all of them, like 4 of them at least, are out on Tubi. And originally they made and released the first one themselves, but they were picked up by SRS Cinema, so now they have like a legit distribution going on. Pardon me while Diet Coke gets their promotion again. But yeah, such a great time this past weekend. And let me pull up. Here you go. I'm going to open another one. I'll show you another picture from this past weekend. This one was very cool. And if you saw my video with Wet Movie 1, and you want to give me crap about that, fair enough. I deserve it. But my response will still be suck it. So there it is. Me with Reggie Bannister right there. And that's his wife was behind him at the time. She was looking for a picture of herself in Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. But yeah, he's like, hold the sphere there, the ball, the so like have me hold that and stuff. It was very, very cool. Reggie Bannister is the absolute nicest guy, and Gigi, just great people. Oh, look, I forgot. Here I am. Look at down here. There's the Death Toilet movie in my hand right here. Actually holding that at the time I took that picture. But man, just such a cool person. And Phantasm, man, Phantasm is an amazing movie. Absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to say that Bloody Bloody Bible Camp is on the level of Phantasm. It's not. But it's fun. Fluffy and I did a drunk movie review of Bloody Bloody Bible Camp a while back. And that's where I saw it. And I absolutely thought it was hysterical. And when I found out that Reggie was in that, and I should have realized that when watching the movie, I just didn't put one and one together at the time. But yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. And it's a funny movie. I think Bloody Bloody Bible Camp is on Tubi, and you can go watch that as well. I absolutely love Bloody Bloody Bible Camp. Great movie. And I'll pull up another picture from the weekend here. Let's see what else I got. Where's my picture with Lee? Oh yeah, here we go. Well, that's a cropped one. I probably put up this one here. But yeah, man, this one too. And so I updated my intro, the intro to the videos here, the live streams. I updated that, and I added the picture of Reggie Bannister, and I've added this picture of me and Lee in there as well. So I love his jacket too, because it's like it looks like a biker jacket, but it's all about like the OG Ghostface there, like the little Ghostface on the collar, and on the back it says like OG Ghostface. It's a very cool jacket that he wears, but yeah, and then his hat is like, looks like a Chicago Bulls hat, but it's a ghost face. So I love how he like really embraces it. Really does. Just such a fun guy, nice guy. It was really cool meeting him and getting to talk to him. And actually, so when I got there to the convention, once 10 o'clock came around and the doors opened and everybody was able to go, like the VIPs were able to get in line to get their autographs, I was like, okay, I'm going to go get in line for Rose, because that's number one priority. I got myself an autograph, and I got Master Chaos an autograph for Rose. And I still have it. Whenever I see Master Chaos, which will be soon, I'll give that to him. And speaking of seeing Master Chaos in Wet Movie 1, I have an unboxing I'll have to do, because there's still a box that Wet Movie 1 has that I need to get, that Larry sent, that I have to unbox. But so I had to get Master Chaos and myself the autographs of Rose. So I got in her line, and we're standing there, and Rose was a little late. So we're standing there, and eventually I was like, you know what, while I'm waiting for Rose, because the line's not too long, and until 11 o'clock, no more people could come in. So I knew the line wasn't going to get any longer. And there was a few people over with Lee, but once his line cleared up, because remember, at VIPs, there's not that many people. So it's not like nobody wanted to talk to Lee. Lee had a line the rest of the day, just not at that moment. I was like, I'm going to go over there so I can see if I can talk to him, get him on camera and stuff. And so I did that. And it was very cool. Being able to spend a few minutes with him while he wasn't like under the gun to get another, person through the line. So I did that first. Balzer messaged me, and he's like, wait, I thought you were going to the convention on Saturday. And I don't think I ever got back to Balzer on this. But yeah, I was sick and I didn't get to go on Saturday. And so Balzer had sent a Skeletor, like a tin Skeletor thing that I was going to get signed by Oppenheimer, who did the voice of Skeletor, amongst a million other voices, a voice actor. And he's getting up there in age. He's getting up there. And so I had talked to Wet Movie 1 and a few other people later on Saturday, and was like, how was the convention? How much was this person? How much was that person? But Oppenheimer was $80 for an autograph. And to put it in perspective, Rose was $60. Charlie Cox, I think, was $70. No, Charlie Cox was 100, I think. I think he was 100. But Jack Quaid, I think, was 70. So the idea that Jack Quaid was cheaper than Oppenheimer was crazy. And so I messaged Balzer and was like, dude, it's $80 for his autograph. And Balzer was like, no, I'll pass. So it's a bummer. I can't believe he was $80. And if I hadn't spent so much money on that stinking Anthony Hopkins autograph a few days before, I was thinking, I was like, man, I was just going to dive into my pockets and pull out the money. And I was just going to get that autograph for Balzer anyways. But yeah, $80. Oof. Yeah, that's steep for that for a voice actor. It's steep. But here's the thing. That's not a knock on him. That's not a knock on the convention. It's not a knock on anybody. He had a line. People were getting his autograph. Wet Movie 1 got his autograph. You have to put into perspective how much of a fan you are of his. For me, there's no way I was paying $80 to get the autograph of Skeletor or, from Neverending Story. I just wasn't going to do it. Other people, yes. I was prepared. I thought Rose was going to be like $100. I was prepared to pay $100 for Rose. When I found out she was 60, I was ecstatic. I thought, this is amazing. It's great. I love the fact she's only $60. That's great. So I moved my camera. It's a little different. So I'm like, I got a lot of headroom right now. I need to like angle it down some or something here. But I feel like I'm sitting real low today. But yeah, the prices are different. And I don't know how that works as far as conventions. It's none of my business really. So I've never felt comfortable asking Nick or any of the other folks that I may have talked to at times that put on conventions, how or why the prices are set the way they're set. I just don't know. But I like the fact that Rose was 60. That allowed me, because I was expecting to pay 100. That allowed me to say, okay, that's $40 I can apply to something else. That's great. So that was really cool. But yeah, man, I had such a blast. And yeah, Antonis, to answer your questions, it was so $150 for both days, Saturday and Sunday. But the catch is with the VIPs, there are other conventions that do VIP tickets, and they don't offer the perks that Creep IE offers. There was an after party for the VIP folks that had a band, costume contest, all kinds of things. And the perks for being VIP is you get to go in the VIP line for these autographs. So you walk in the door and somebody has a line 100 people long. You walk right to the front of the line. Maybe the VIP section will have a little bit of line. You walk up to that line and you are first. So those people, they have to wait behind the VIPs. So you can go in and get your autographs done quick and then go enjoy the rest of the convention, walking around, doing your shopping with all the vendors and everything. So getting the VIP is totally worth it. But I think Creep IE, for what that convention is, to get in the door is dirt cheap. I don't remember exactly what their prices are, but I want to say it was like less than $40. I don't know, this is like $25 or $30 a day or something. If you just got like a single day non-VIP ticket. But I think the best way to go is to get the VIP and go get your autographs and not have to stand in line all day. It's like getting a fast pass at Disneyland. Does Tobin Bell go for a lot? I've never met Tobin at a convention. I've never been to a convention where he is, so I don't know. But I can tell you, this right here, I'd have to go back to the actual video where I talked about when I got this. But this Saw poster, signed by Tobin Bell, and he wrote, "I want to play a game, Tobin Bell, Jigsaw." I paid like $60 or $80 for this. This was not bad. You can find Tobin Bell's autograph online for a very respectable price. less than $100. It might be more than $100 now. I'm not sure with the new movie and everything, but you can get his autograph, I think, for less than $100. But again, if you're buying autographs online, make sure like this is Beckett authenticated. There's JSA, which JSA is always at like Southern California conventions. They're a very reliable, reputable autograph authenticator. So you want to have that sticker, because each one has its own code. So you could type in this code, go on their website, and it will tell you whose autograph should be on here, so you know if it's real or not. But like now for me, my picture with Nev, it has the authentication, but I added Rose. So Rose, if I go check the authentication on that Nev and Rose picture, it's not going to show Rose unless I go and take it to JSA and get it authenticated. My thing is, I was there. I saw her sign it in front of me, and I'm not trying to sell it, so I don't care if it's authenticated. But if you're buying something online, buy it from a reputable company, like Primetime, like Fearsome Figures, like Mintage, one of those type places where you know it's going to be legit. But you can get Tobin Bell for a reasonable price. Why do human beings cost money at horror conventions? Yeah, it is, because we're fans. We're fans. And the thing is, they are trying to make a living doing what they're doing. So I get it. Fluffy sent me a message. I don't know what he sent. I don't know if are you still watching, Fluff? What is this thing you sent me? But it costs them money to go there. It costs the people, the promoters, it costs them money to put on the convention. So you have to pay. There has to be a means to make the money. So, and these people, they're providing a service. We pay to watch a movie. So we pay to have their autograph. We pay to have their picture. I think it's fair. I get what you're saying, but I think it's fair. I really do. Andrew Elliott, what's up? What's up? And look at this. Gale's in the house. What's up? Good morning, Gale. How you doing? How you doing? Let's see here. And no problem, Tech 360 for the info. And that's a Tech 360. So that signing for Anthony Hopkins is happening, I believe, in the UK, because I think he lives in Wales, right? Being the Welshman that he is, I do believe he lives in Wales, and I think that signing is happening somewhere near where Anthony Hopkins lives. The company is from the UK that's doing the signing with Anthony Hopkins. And I saw that, and I was like, ooh, I need an Anthony Hopkins autograph in my life. I heard Leigh Whannell is attached to direct a Green Hornet movie. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Paul. A Green Hornet, that's a movie that maybe I'll see someday or something, but not the biggest superhero fan. I watch the movies occasionally, but still suffering from a little like Marvel fatigue over here. Send your package out yesterday. Oh, Gale, you're an absolute legend. And I think I've missed some messages from you that you've sent me, and I need to get back to. There's a few messages that I have not responded to yet, and I do believe, Gale, maybe I think some of those are yours. Please forgive me. I'm not ignoring you. Just had a lot going on lately. But good to see you, and thanks. You're an absolute legend for everything you've sent so far. I mean, man, boy, I've had hours and hours of great entertainment from the movies that you've sent. I really, really appreciate it. It's understandable. You get it. Yeah, no, for sure. Look at this. Shadow Man 756. What's up, Shadow Man? What's going on? Man, late night over there. Were you out with the boys tonight? Were you out hanging out down on Fremont or something? What was going on out there in Vegas tonight? Man, I have been trying to figure out, and I know we talked about it out there in Vegas, like for me to be able to live stream better when I'm out in public. And I did some research, and I am seeing that people are saying that the new S23, the Galaxy S23, apparently is as good or maybe better than even streaming with the iPhone 14 or whatever's out. Now I'm just torn. Do I get the S23 or do I wait for the S24, which will be out in a few months? I don't know. But looking at the technology advancements from the 23 to the 24, I don't know it's going to be a huge leap. But from my S20 to a 23, the processor and everything is like twice as fast. And so they're saying that makes a difference, I guess, live streaming, even when the internet's not that great. So I know you had recommended, and a couple other people have recommended going to an iPhone so I could stream better. But I think I'm going to stick with my Droid. I think I'm going to get it. Maybe I'll order it from Verizon, and I think I can try it out and maybe return it or swap it for like an iPhone or something if it's not working that good. But man, I've never used Apple. I don't know squat about Apple, and I don't know how compatible any of that would be with everything I've got at home. So, because everything I do is PC. I don't have nothing Apple. I've never worked Apple, but I'm so envious of their live streams down there. Walking around, and we're talking about. Oh man, the family, man. Fluffy always says her name. Why am I drawing a blank on him? But the homies you hang out with out there in Vegas. Sin City family, right? Sin City family. How was Creepie Con? Seeing your videos, love them. Well, thanks, Gale. It was a lot of fun. We were talking about. I know it's crazy hours of the night that we're live here, but we were talking about it for a bit now, and had a blast, absolute blast. It was so much fun. I cannot wait for the next one. Supposedly, the next Creepie is even going to outdo this one. It's going to be the best yet. So we shall see. Nick was saying that they should be announcing some of the guest appearances in the next couple weeks, or few weeks, I should say. So very much looking forward to that. But here's the thing. It's almost October. So you have October, November, December, and January, because the convention is at the beginning of February. That's only 4 months. So tickets are going to go on sale. And so when the tickets go on sale, you want to get your VIPs soon, because the VIPs sell out every time. So you want to get your VIP tickets. You want to have them for the next Creepie, which is, I think, February. Let me see. I don't want to misquote the dates. It's like 2nd, 3rd, 3rd, 4th, 4th, 5th, something like that. So February, it will be the 3rd and 4th of February this year. The 3rd and 4th will be the next Creepie Con, and it's supposed to be the best. So I definitely recommend getting the VIPs for it. Can't wait to see the new Saw film, right? 100%. And that's really the reason that I decided to go live tonight, was to kind of get on here and we're all like, we can't wait. So kind of get out a little of the waiting frustration here and talk about Saw and how we're all excited for it. So it's going to be good. I know in my heart, it's going to be good. I cannot wait for it. And I'm just wondering, where will it rank in the franchise? Will it be the best? Looking at the trailer, it looks like it could be the best out of all the Saw movies. It would not surprise me. And that would be the first time. I mean, there's other movies where the sequel is better than the first. A lot of people say Aliens. A lot of people talk about the Star Wars franchise and Empire being the best. There's a lot of movies, a lot of franchises where people say that the second movie is the best. I've never heard anybody say the 10th movie in a franchise is the best. I definitely don't think the 10th Friday the 13th movie is the best. I don't know of any others that have 10 movies that I would say that 10 was even good or in the conversation with being the best. So very much looking forward to this and then kind of deciding where it ranks with the rest of the movies in the franchise. OGB question: did you get to ship the Pumpkinhead movie I won 2 weeks ago? Just wondering. Wicked Network, I have failed you. It's coming your way. But it hasn't gone out yet. I apologize. So here's the thing. I talked about this in another video. I was going to try to take this to Creepie because the main dude, and this is it, I still got it sitting right here. The main dude in the Wishmaster movies was at Creep IE Aftermath. And I wanted to try and surprise you with an autograph on there. But what he was charging versus the money I had on hand, cash, because most of them are cash only there. I just didn't have the funds to get that done, but I was going to surprise you with an autograph on it. And so I held on to it for that. But unfortunately that didn't happen. I would have loved to have been able to like send it to you. And when it showed up, you saw that the Wishmaster's autograph. And of course I'm sending it to you because it's Pumpkinhead too. But the Wishmaster guy was going to be there. So it would have been cool because there he is. But it's coming your way. It'll be there soon. Once I put it in the mail, it'll take just a couple days. So you'll get it very, very soon. So please forgive me for that Weekend Network. My heart was in the right place. It didn't happen. So forgive me for that. But man, it is 1:54 a.m. So I think we'll go for just a couple more minutes and probably wrap up this video here. Been live for almost 2 hours now, but I got to get some sleep. Get ready, get rested to get up to go check out Saw X. So any other last minute comments, questions, thoughts before we wrap it up here? Speak now or for at least the time being, hold your peace until our next live stream, which should be Monday. I think we'll be back to normal on Monday coming up here. I don't see a video coming out like Creepie Aftermath. I had to get that video out. I don't see another video coming up that will block us from doing our normal video Monday. So, but this weekend, definitely there will be a video from my reaction from watching Saw X review. No spoilers until maybe if I do get into spoilers, I will give you plenty of warning, but you can watch the video. You can click on it without the fear of being spoiled. I'll talk about my thoughts. I'll rate it. If you don't want to hear a rating, then don't turn it on. But if you want to, if you want to hear my thoughts on Saw, if you haven't seen it yet, you can click on the video and I won't tell you how it ends. I won't tell you like who dies. I won't tell you major plot points, but I talk about in the reviews, I talk about my thoughts on how good was the storyline. What do I rate it overall score? Cinematography, was it impacted by, political correctness, bullcrap, just different things, the things that kind of resonate with me right when I walk out of the theaters. I talk about that stuff, but I don't give away plot points in those reactions. And until I'll give you plenty of warning. If I do, I'll give you plenty of warning. There's spoilers coming up. Exit out of the video now. Always do that. So that'll be coming up this weekend for sure. And we will also have the live stream Monday, plus possibly a bonus video. Bonus video might not come out till Wednesday though, but there'll be some other stuff going on this weekend as well. So anyways, let's see here. Gale says, getting ready to take the daughter this morning for blood work and 3 doctor's appointments. Oof, leaving soon. Hope you have a great and blessed day. Well, Gale, you as well. Take care of yourself, and appreciate you. And I can't wait. I'll keep my eye out for that package, and definitely do an on-air unboxing of that and checking it out. You are such an awesome person for that. Dane, that's crazy. You can in the future. Yeah, no, I'm maybe someday I'll be at another convention where the Wishmaster guy will be there. But this one, there was so much going on. And if I'd gone 2 days, if I wasn't sick on Saturday, didn't get to go to the convention, then I would have been able to go to the bank and pull out more money and have more. Maybe I would have got it done. But just being there one day, I thought I had enough. But didn't. Yeah. So, but anyways, this has been fun, everybody. Saw X. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Saw X. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really believe it's going to be a good movie, and I'm looking forward to it. And like this guy says right here.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose.
Here's what happens if you lose. I'm going to have to incorporate that somehow into the Wheel of Doom. When we do the Wheel of Doom next, there can only be one. We need John Kramer saying, "Here's what happens if you lose." You know what? I've got a great idea. It's going to be John Kramer going, "Here's what happens if you lose," and then we'll cut to Gene Wilder going, "You get nothing." We'll do that. It'll be great. So that's what's going to happen. Jim Jensen, what's up? Late for the stream. Hope you're doing great. So excited for Saw X. Yes, I know, right? Cannot wait. I cannot wait. And that's why I thought, you know what? Being that we all get a chance to watch it today, it's coming out today, we get a chance to check it out in less than 24 hours. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That and the fact I didn't do a live stream Monday because I had the convention video out. I thought we would go live for a little while, chat it up about Saw X and some other things. So if you missed it, you'll be able to go back and watch the replay of this here video, where we do talk a lot about recapping Creep IE, Aftermath, and we talk about Saw, amongst other things. So it was a fun conversation tonight, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a while, even though it is the witching hour. It is very, very late at night, but it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one. And I will see you very, very, very soon. Peace out, everybody.